Hi, I'm Katherine Stewart, and this is Atomic Age Originals. Tonight, we are presenting a special edition of our short film, Double Agent. The changes that have been made to this film are subtle, but we think it makes for a better film. See if you can spot them. Also, stay with us until the end, where we talk about what changes were made and why. Now, we present to you our special edition, Double Agent.
Who is this?
Katia Petrovich, Russian national, born in Moscow.
Why am I looking at her?
She works for the Global Association of Scientists as a clerk typist.
That's a Communist Front organization.
Right, but she is one of ours. Recruited 2 years ago. She just passes on sensitive information to us that comes across her desk. She's efficient, reliable, keeps a cool head.
Yet again, I ask, why am I here?
It's come down from the top. The local head of the GAS has some documents in his office safe. And we don't know what's on these documents, and we can't get to the safe. She can.
It's like beating a dead horse here. Why am I here?
Her contact was identified as an FBI agent 2 months ago, and he was killed. You're her new contact.
Oh, I see.
You'll find all the information about her you need there. So far, she's been providing us information verbally. Just whatever she reads, she passes on. No need to remove documents from the office. This is different, much more complex. She's going to need a Minox camera and some film.
Did it drop in the bookstore?
Right.
Miss, I believe you dropped this.
Oh, I don't think so. It must be yours.
Ah, couldn't be. I don't have any change on me. Howdy, Miss Petrovich.
Hello, Mac. How are you this evening?
Oh, I can't complain. They got you working late again this evening?
Yes, I have some typing left to finish.
You don't mind me saying, a pretty gal like you, working from them Ruskies?
Mac, I am one of those Ruskies. Besides, if I did not work here, I would be back in Moscow. It is very cold in Moscow.
But Miss Petrovich, them's commies.
Oh, Mac, if you only knew.
I've done everything you've assigned to me. But don't you understand? It's tearing me to pieces. It's wrecking my nerves. I can't eat. I can't sleep.
It's too late to quit, Wilson. You've gone this far, and I warn you, you can't pull out now.
Murder, death. How long do you think I can go on doing such things? How long?
You'll go on and on until we're through with you.
I won't.
Yes, you will. Furthermore, you'll like it.
Expiration coupon. So next time you invest one of your gas stamps, try Signal gasoline. Proving your own car what more and more wise Western drivers are discovering, that you do go farther with Signal gasoline.
Beginning next week, The Whistler will come to you at a new time. Friday night at 9.
Hi, folks. We hope you enjoyed our little short film, Double Agent, and we hope you noticed the changes that we made. I am here with the creator, the writer, director, producer of this little opus, and this is Doug Monce, and he's going to tell us a little bit about this new version of our film. So, Doug, first question, why?
That's a good question.
Specifically, what was the thing that prompted you to change it? Were you dissatisfied with the original, and that's why you wanted to tinker
I wasn't
with it?
dissatisfied with it, but when you write and direct and edit a movie,
Yes.
you see it a lot, over and over and over and over again, and you kind of used to it. But then when you see it with other people, even though they don't say anything,
Yes.
you can kind of sense when the film drags, or when people aren't understanding what's happening. So after having seen it with some people, I started to get a sense of, okay, I can make some changes to make this work better. And then as I started doing that, I started seeing things that I didn't really like the way they came together.
Okay.
Not anything to do with the performance or
Yeah,
or
you have to stroke my ego during this. So yeah, I won't be. What did I do wrong? No.
No, nothing.
So
at all to
you're
do with
saying that there is something in the way the pieces came together, in the way the tempo of the film was, the
Yes.
pacing.
Just as an example, at the very beginning of the film,
Yes.
it starts out where you're looking at a movie screen.
Yes.
And there's this leader countdown.
Yes, 8,
It
7.
starts at 8.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we watched the whole countdown all the way down until finally there's a picture.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah, that's true.
it never occurred to me when I first edited it that's an awful long time to sit looking at countdown meter.
Yeah. Well, and there is, when you have moments like that, there is the danger of the audience getting ahead of the storytelling, and you don't want them to be ahead of it.
Not only is the audience getting ahead of the storytelling, but especially on YouTube, you have a chance of the audience going, this is boring, bye.
That's a good point, too.
So my feeling was, okay, this needs to be shortened. So I cut that down to basically 3, 2, and it goes right into
Yes. Okay,
into
so
the
it's
video.
a tighter
It's much
beginning
tighter
to that.
at the beginning,
Okay.
yes. And then as I started looking at that, I started noticing other things that I thought could work better.
Okay.
For example, there's this scene where you're coming up to the building,
Yes.
the building that you're going into.
And it's a long walk.
Well, it's not super long, but originally I shot it as 2 shots. There's
Yes.
a tracking shot where you're coming up to the building,
Yes.
and then there's a low angle where you
Going
walk past the camera and you go up the steps.
Up the stairs, yes.
And as I watched, the more I watched that, the more I thought the cut between the 2 shots was kind of awkward.
Okay.
And while I really liked the angle
The
looking
low-
up at the building, I thought it's a cool angle, but because it's not very smooth in that transition,
Sure.
it's got to go. So I just kept the entire shot of the tracking shot tilting up to you going into the building.
So here's something that actually struck me just now. Is this an example, if there are any film students that might be watching this, is this an example of the kill your darlings kind of moment of like, you liked that shot, you liked the way it looked, but it just didn't cut together in an
Absolutely.
optimal way, and so you had to sacrifice.
It can be the best shot in the world, and if
Yeah.
it just doesn't work for the story, it's got to go.
Right. So you saved that shot for your reel then?
Sure. Now, if this were another kind of film, if this were a David Lynch film,
Sure.
an art film,
Yes.
then yeah, leave it in.
Right.
But it's not that kind of film.
We needed to get to the next plot point.
This is a suspense thriller, and it's got
You
a
need the
thrill.
tension, yeah.
Yeah, and it things like that shot. Yeah, I mean, it was fine.
Right.
It was okay. I'm probably the only one that noticed that it was awkward. but the more I watched it, the more it bugged me.
Right.
So it had to go.
Out it goes.
Had
Okay.
to go.
All right.
And then there were some other things. There were some comments about how long we were watching the security guard eat a sandwich.
Eat a sandwich.
So I cut that down a bit. And also did a little more cross-cutting between him and you going up the stairs. That's another thing.
Yes.
In the original cut,
Yes. In the original cut, I'm just on the second floor.
You're just on the second floor.
Yeah.
It's not real obvious, although we see your shadow. It's not real obvious that you've gone upstairs. So I went back and found the shot where you're coming up the stairs
Yeah.
and put that back in. So it makes more sense that later on the security guard's hearing noises.
Hears
above him.
noises upstairs.
Right.
Well, this is another thing that it's like, okay, this might be another note for the film student of shoot as much footage as you possibly can of as many aspects of the storytelling as you can, because you may use it, you may not use it, but it's better to have it and not need it than decide in the editing process that you need something there and don't have anything to put there.
That's a tricky thing.
Tricky thing
It's
how?
a tricky thing because if you have it,
Yes.
in my case, it's not a tricky thing because I'm the final arbiter.
Right.
But
that's true.
If you're not the final arbiter, they'll make you use it.
They'll make you use
They'll
it.
make you use it. And there's a very
that's-
famous quote from John Ford. He shot this, he was out in Monument Valley shooting this, and he shot this master
Yeah.
shot, big epic.
Beautiful. Yeah.
And one of the actors came up and said to him, aren't we going to do some coverage, going for some close-ups? And he goes, why? They'll just make me use it.
Fair. Okay, so
So-
but that's speaking within a studio format when you
Yes,
are not the person
yes.
cutting your own film.
But by the same token, when we're shooting,
yes.
oftentimes we have to be in and out of places in fairly short
That is
order.
also very true. Now, you have the luxury of having permission and having
Yes.
a deal in place
Yes.
for this location.
But We were out of town and we had to leave that night.
That's true. We did have to shoot it all
So,
in one night.
Yeah, it was a situation where if I decided I'm going to shoot all these things, I don't know, every time we shoot, I've got my shot list. And
Absolutely.
I'm always going through it going, nope, don't need that one, don't need that one. Because I've realized as I've gotten a certain ways into it, that there are certain shots I just don't need because I've got that covered in this other angle.
Right. Well, you basically carry your storyboard in your head, don't you?
Yeah, I don't draw storyboards because I'm a terrible artist, and even when I do draw them, if I go back and look at them a week later, I don't know what's what.
You don't know what you drew?
I don't know if that's the person or if that's the car. So
Okay, I've never seen any of your drawings, and I guess that's why, because I'm like,
Well,
a
to be
stick figure
fair-
looks like a stick figure, though.
to be fair, I can draw reasonably well to where you
Okay.
can tell the people. It just takes me a really long time, and so to
Okay.
get through a whole storyboard would take me forever.
Okay,
It's
so
not
this
worth
is
the
a
time.
this is an
Yeah.
expediency.
Yeah, doing a
issue,
shot
yeah.
list is basically it's in my head.
Okay.
I know the shots I need.
Yes.
And then usually as we get into the shooting, I
Yes.
start realizing, oh no, I've combined this into 2 shots, so I don't actually need that extra shot.
You mean you've combined the 2 shots into one?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Exactly. So.
Well, I
so
know that
happens
has
a lot.
happened many times when we've been on the set and we've been like, okay, instead of cutting away, we've just made a longer shot with 2 actions in
Yes,
them.
yes,
And that
exactly.
has not only has it taken one shot off your list and a whole setup off your list, but it's also streamlined the storytelling process
Yes.
as we
Yes.
went on, because when an actor can do one thing and then another thing and doesn't have to cut in between the things, that's a
Well,
good
and
thing.
it usually makes for a better performance.
Well, and that's another thing, rehearsing beforehand. I mean, you don't just tell the actor, okay, here you are, we're going to do this thing, and action. I mean, we do run through it a
We
number
run
of times
through it,
to make
and
sure
oftentimes
it's
when
clear.
we run through it, I realize that what I had imagined in
Yeah.
my head doesn't work.
Doesn't translate as
or
well?
Something else is better.
Okay.
So I go, nah. We're
So
not gonna
you're
do that."
evolving even when you're
Yeah,
on the set.
absolutely.
So then you're continuing to evolve it now when you're in the editing room.
Yes, absolutely.
So yeah, because I remember you telling me once that when you finish shooting a movie, now you're ready to begin,
Yeah,
because
I
now
mean,
you have all the puzzle pieces.
Somebody smarter than I once said that filming the movie is just gathering the pieces for
Gathering
the
the
editing room.
pieces.
And that's really the truth. And that's
Mm-hmm.
one thing that I will say to new filmmakers
Mm-hmm.
is inserts will save your life.
Okay.
Get your inserts because those you need. Other stuff,
Yeah.
they'll make you use it, but inserts they will save your life because they allow you to shorten a scene, they allow you to lengthen, they allow you because you can cut away to that insert, and if there's something that didn't work, you can cut it out in
And
the
an
middle.
insert can be something benign and simple, like a hand picking up a telephone or
Sure.
something like that.
Now,
yes. Mm-hmm.
now there is a danger there too because an insert often means pay attention to this. This is important.
That is true.
So you have to be careful what you shoot as inserts. But for example, in this film, we have these inserts of you taking pictures of the documents.
That's right.
And then there's
that
an
was
insert.
very important.
Yes, and that's in. But the other insert,
Mm-hmm.
which is in some ways more important, is the shot of your feet on the books.
On the books, standing.
Because
yeah.
the audience is going, is she going to slip off?
Yeah.
Is this going to make noise? And then of course I actually inserted an extra shot of that in this version.
Okay.
To ramp up the suspense a little bit, and I did more cross-cutting between the security guard coming down the hallway and checking the rooms and all that kind of thing.
And that makes it much more taut, yes,
Yes.
because the stakes are now higher. It's not,
Exactly.
I'm all done and now somebody might be coming. It's, am I going to finish
Yes.
before someone else?
There's one
finds
thing
us?
in this film
Yes.
that I can't fix that I wish I could.
Are you going to tell?
I'm going to tell.
Okay.
So there's this.
You can't hold any cards to your vest. You're probably terrible at poker.
Well, I'm actually pretty good at poker.
Oh, okay. All right. Go ahead.
The scene. Okay, so after you've taken the pictures of the documents,
Yes.
the security guard is coming. You throw the documents in the drawer.
Mm-hmm.
You climb underneath the desk to hide. The light is coming down over your shoulder, and your face is in half light.
Yeah.
And I wished that I had moved the light a little bit just to get a little shaft of light across your face. That's the only thing that I would go back and do differently as a shot. because that bugs me to this day. I watch that. And
He's a stickler for lighting, folks. He is a stickler for lighting.
I could go in DaVinci Resolve and create a little thing, but it never looks.
It never
like
looks
the original
quite the same.
lighting.
There is
No.
something inorganic about that,
Yeah.
and
So
it's
that's-
always nice when it's baked in.
Oh yeah. There's nothing. Lots of people change color and they do all the color in post.
Yeah.
I don't like to do that. I like to do as much of it in camera as possible.
Well, does that make the editing process easier or smoother or simpler?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
It's just that I think it looks more natural.
Okay.
If, like for example, here
Yeah.
we have what we call mixed light.
Yes.
The backlighting is bluish.
Yeah.
This lighting down here is
very warm.
This is somewhere in between.
Yeah.
So we have a mix of colors
have
going on.
a lot of
here.
different temperatures.
You can't fake that in color correction. That
Oh.
has to happen here.
I see.
Now you could use power windows and you could section off half the face and color correct this blue and color correct this, but it never looks
quite
real.
Okay.
That
That is very interesting.
And why do that when you can get it in camera and
Well, it sounds
not
to me
have
that it's
you
not
could
going to be
get
as
in minutes.
You could get in minutes by.
Now, there's the argument that on the set, those minutes cost thousands of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars, depending upon your budget.
Okay. Yes.
Because people are standing around
Because
waiting.
people are standing around waiting and they're getting
But if
paid
you-
for every minute
but
they're
if
there.
you plan for that,
Yes.
and you know ahead of time that light's going to be blue, this is going to be warm, that's going to be, if you
You're not
know
solving
ahead of
the
time,
problems on
you're
set.
already setting it up for what you need. You're not sitting there going, well, maybe we could do this. That's the whole thing of pre-planning.
Yeah. Well, the more you're talking about, the shot list and, making sure that your lighting is right and the location for how long you have the location, it sounds to me like there is so much time that needs to be spent in the preparation time. You can't just be a guy with a camera and let's make a movie. It involves a great deal of very specific and very thoughtful choices being made beforehand.
I often am the night before
Mm-hmm.
thinking through placement of lights.
Nice.
And it's frustrating if I don't have a chance to do a location scout because
Yeah.
I can look at all the pictures that I want of the location, but that doesn't really tell me what the distances are. It doesn't tell me.
You need to walk the
I
space
need
in
to
an
walk
ideal
the space
world.
and find out, where I can put things.
Right.
And that, a location scout gives you that information.
That is true.
And there are times when we've gone into places where we did not get a chance to do a location scout.
That is
and
true,
I have
too.
to go in, I have to look around and go, okay, how can I do this?
Yeah.
And that, I'm pretty quick, so that usually takes me 10 minutes. And then
Yes,
then
but
to start
also
setting
it took you
lights.
years to get to that place of comfort
Yes.
when you can do that. I mean, that's not something that you rolled out of bed one day and went, I know exactly how to light a scene.
No, not at all. But when I know, of course, this is the other problem, is when I know what the location is,
Mm-hmm.
I spend the night before going through my head, not sleeping, but going through my head saying, okay, that light could go there and that can go there. and
Point
we'll
of
put a little
trivia
smoke
for
into it.
anyone watching. I will get a text from him going, we're shooting today. I'll be like, yeah, I'm fine. And how'd you sleep? I didn't.
No,
So he very often is coming to a shoot from a night of insomnia because of this very reason.
Yeah.
Because the obsessive planning is
It
in
is.
place.
Where's the camera going to go? Where
Where's
the
the
light's
camera?
gonna go?
Where the
How's
light's
How are
going?
the actors going to move through the scene? And that's all going through my head the night before.
Well, because if it doesn't happen in here, it doesn't happen in the room.
It does. It just takes longer when you
Well,
get there.
and that's if you have the skill set anyway. If you were inexperienced, that's much more important for you to do the preparation
Sure. Oh,
beforehand.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And it for me, the preparation is. I'd actually sleep better having done the preparation than not
If you
having no
slept.
preparation, because at least I go, okay, I know.
Mm-hmm.
There are times when we're going to shoot the next day,
Yeah.
and we've done a location scout.
Yeah.
And I'll go back and I'll look at my video of the location scout the night before, and then after I looked at it, I go, okay, and then I can go to sleep.
That's nice.
But sometimes I can't. It just depends on how comfortable I feel with how the scene is going to work.
Well, and also I imagine if it's a space you've used before, you've
Yes.
got kind of a shorthand with
Oh,
what
absolutely.
works.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, absolutely.
I don't know how we got off on a craft of filmmaking discussion, but I think it's very valuable because, you know, you have a lot of experience that you're drawing from, and I'm learning a lot just sitting here and going, yeah, tell me about this now. Make me a filmmaker too, please.
Well, I mean, you know, this is after the movie, so we have some time. We don't have to.
Right,
we're
exactly.
People are going, can they start the movie already?
Right, exactly. Now, if people have clicked away, they've clicked away.
Oh, I'm
so.
sure. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Please don't. We're very interesting.
Or we're very self-conscious and we want you to watch us.
Yeah, please. We need the the validation. We need the
Validation,
validation.
yes,
Yes.
yes.
Well, I'm an actor. Of course, I need the validation. Why would I do this if I didn't need you to clap? Come on. It just goes without saying, you know. But thank you for joining us. And if you've stayed
thank
until
you.
the end, thank you even more because we are grateful that you come on this journey with us. We enjoy making original material. We enjoy making content. We enjoy the storytelling process. If you are not subscribed, please like the video, subscribe, and please subscribe to Atomic Age Pictures, where we show a lot of vintage films like serials and old. And we're also starting a series of radio programs as well.
Yes.
And we're very excited to share those with you. So thank you again for being wonderful viewers. And we've got more projects
Also-
coming in the future, and I'm sure he's going to give away.
No, if you want to see more behind-the-scenes stuff,
Oh, yes.
go over and check out our Patreon.
Yes, our Patreon has a lot
because,
of bloopers.
now,
and
you do have to be a member to see stuff there.
That's true.
But it's not expensive, and there's going to be bloopers there.
Yeah.
And I'm working on a making of
Yes.
Blackout,
oh, yes, that's going to be fun.
and also a making of for Double Agent. So
Yes.
because we got some behind-the-scenes stuff from that one.
Do
as
we have
well.
some behind the scenes from Imitation? Because I would love it if people
Not
saw
a whole
that.
lot, unfortunately.
We were very,
That was
we were very intensively working with Imitation.
Well,
and we
Imitation
didn't have
was
a lot to.
more often than not, it was you and me by ourselves. So
That's
there was
true.
nobody to shoot anything behind
That's
the
true.
scenes.
That's true. Yeah, I'm very lonely in that movie.
Yeah, you only have a few scenes with other people. So
Yeah. Yeah, so we need to do at some point we need to do an end of the world like the Omega Man, where it's like
Oh,
there's
yeah.
nobody left on the planet, just one person, because
Exactly.
it wouldn't be a change. Anyway, thanks folks. We love that you subscribe and that you enjoy the content. And we love interaction, so if you have comments and anything you'd like to add, we would love to read them. Thank you so much.
thanks for watching.